everyone, it's Mithrilda, and welcome back to my journey in learning to draw. Today I'll be redrawing one of the first drawings I ever did on this channel, which I am replaying for you all now. This is a picture from r/Reddit Gets Drawn of 21 Summer Roses. This was one of the for fun drawings I did while starting Drawbox. Since then, it's been exactly 567 days between when I filmed that video and when I filmed this one. During the session I filmed my redraw, I crossed 300 hours of practice since I first started tracking in the first video. And between then and the filming of this video, I've practiced on 186 unique days. So that's not all of them, not even close, but I'm still excited about all the progress I've been able to make. In this redraw, I felt like it would be apt to use the same medium, so here I have all the same supplies from the original, including my Inkwell pencil sharpener. I did add this adorable Pusheen container to my art supplies though, and I've been using it to store my kneaded eraser and keep it from picking up random junk. I saw this Pusheen little candy thing at World Market, and it was like a candy tin, and it had like these little strawberry candies in it, but I was like, oh my god, that's the perfect eraser holder. Anyway, I chose to do one redraw in the same medium because I felt like it would be more comparable to the original, especially because I barely practiced in colored pencil at all since the first video. I felt like this would be a good way to prove to myself that no matter the medium, the basics of drawing always translate between them. And I feel like I did a pretty good job, although I think I made the same mistake I did the first time and drew the picture too small, which made it hard to fit in all the details I wanted. And then when I compared like the old one and then this one later, I realized that this one was even smaller than the other one, so I sort of like regressed on that front. Even so, I can see a lot of improvement between the two, which is just awesome. I'm happy that my 300 hours and tons of stress amounted to something. Anyways, I think I was pretty relaxed doing the original piece, and I was pretty relaxed doing this one. Both of the pieces were/are not the peak of my artistic ability, which is really what I'm trying to measure here. Like, I know I could do a lot better with a lot more time and effort into the piece, but I just want to see like what kind of art I can casually whip out. Like, that's what I feel like is impressive, or not impressive, but like that's my goal, I want to be able to just whip out beautiful, gorgeous art, like just casually. And this isn't there yet, but that's the dream, right? That's the goal. Then I gave the picture another go in digital. I'm so excited to be using Procreate because of this recording feature that I've been seeing every YouTuber use, and I've been loving it except for the fact that it compresses everything so much. It sped up this drawing, which took around like 3 hours or something, into 2.5 minutes of video, which is great for storage, but most of the things I draw don't really take that long, so I need to figure out how exactly I'm gonna work with the video that it's outputting, and also like be able to have enough video for a video, if you know what I mean. Anyways, for some reason I feel like I draw better in Procreate, like I just leveled up 5 times by getting it. I have no idea, like, the medium shouldn't really matter at all. Anyway, whatever. I'm a lot more comfortable working in Procreate and digital in general than in colored pencil, which I think definitely shows through here whenever I finish this artwork. There's also a lot more flexibility, like being able to zoom in to get the finer details and being able to erase things completely, unlike whenever I was doing the colored pencil. If I put down a color I didn't really like, I couldn't really take it off all the way, and that was really stressful. I'm also able to zoom in and get all like that detail in the fur that I'm really missing on the previous artworks. Like, I'm able to get the real teal color for her shirt because I just, didn't own those colored pencils, so I was just out of luck in getting the exact color. Looking at the final artworks, the first thing I notice is the increased contrast in the colors. The original art from a year ago looks super washed out and sloppy compared to the coloring in the ones I did lately. There's so many gaps and streaks in the original, and I didn't even do a cute little pattern in the skirt because I just didn't feel up to it. I was like, man, this is all so hard, but now I have some more artistic confidence and I just went for it, and I think the little triangle design things came out pretty well. Speaking of the color of the shirt, even though I didn't have that exact teal color in colored pencils, I think the way that the blues and the greens blended together did make for like a really cool effect. And this was in a And this was an idea I had way back when I was doing the original drawing, but I just didn't have the confidence to like really push any of the colors as deep as they needed to go to get the effect I was wanting. And to see it sort of pop out and really come to life this time, that was super exciting. And I feel like this was like a major hurdle for me, so this feels like a big development in my artistic stuff. But I think the biggest difference between the picture then and the ones I did now are the fact that the angles are now a lot closer to the original picture. Like if you look at her back, she looks like she's just standing straight up in my original picture, but now I'm finally starting to get some of that curve in the back. It's more close to the photo in the colored pencil version. In the digital version, I push it even further and exaggerate it, and I think that was a good move. Also, look at that limp hair in the first drawing. I finally stopped just blah-blahing over the hair and actually try to give it some form in the colored pencil drawing, which kind of failed. But then with more layers comes more flexibility, and I was able to really capture the hair correctly in the digital drawing, which makes me so happy. Also, the proportions in the face are so much better. Everything was really weird back then. It's still weird now. I barely practiced faces. I'm not very good at them, but just like with my increased powers of observation, even that's a lot better. Some critique I have for my current art now that I've had a few days to look at it and process it. First of all, I need to work on my coloring. It's something that I haven't practiced at all in all this time because, I just felt like it was more important to learn forms and contour and observation and values and whatever, and I haven't even mastered those, so I was like, I can't move on to colors. But they just really bring a piece to life, and I need to start working on them as well and not think of it as one or the other. I need to work on all of this stuff. Second of all, I can definitely see that the values on the dog are far too shallow. The areas around the ears, around the eyes, around the nose and the top of the head, they need to be so much darker. I don't know how I didn't really see it while I was doing it, but it's plainly obvious now that I'm looking at it now. Also, something that's really been bothering me as I keep looking at my drawing is that her forearm in the digital one is too thin. I got it okay on all the other drawings, it's just this one got messed up. Lastly, the background, this weird pink smudge I made for the digital drawing, that needs to go, and I need to figure out some better way to do this. All in all, I'm excited for the progress I've made, and I'm looking forward to seeing my improvement in another couple hundred hours of practice. Remember everyone, that talent is a myth. Be sure to support the channel by liking this video, and subscribe if you want to see more of my journey. Now, get back to work.